allow each of us to go ahead and begin to come into center. That as you come into your body, allowing that breath, that beautiful breath, to allow you to center into your physical form, to center into your state of being in the now. That for this moment that we have the time to be here, to be together. So let's honor that very special connection that we have right now and be in a space where we can let all the stuff that we've been dealing with today just to be outside of our perspective. Let's just allow it for now to set it down outside of our mind and feel what it feels like to be so in the now moment that nothing else matters. Be like the wind, be like the trees, be like the sun. Be like a cloud just floating through the sky. You have no thoughts other than just the state of beingness within you. Asking each of you to go ahead and secure and place and breathe into your body and into your energy field, your 24-dimensional shield. Let your breath bring you in and begin to just take a notice of your chakra systems as you're breathing that plasma field into your body, as you allow yourself to connect to the core of the earth. Bring into your conscious awareness the initiation of the infant that we went through in the first week, in the first initiation. From that awareness and presence within your consciousness, that is the delta state of mind, a complete openness really back to God's source. That within the womb of the mother, that we completely merge our consciousness and our brain waves into the delta brain waves back into Christic consciousness, universal consciousness. And as we begin to pull our conscious awareness up through the layers of the earth and through the womb and into our physical structure, that we move through the theta stages, into the alpha stages, as we bring ourselves into consciousness, acknowledge how much you can bring that full anchoring of universal consciousness into your waking body. That as we mature into the truth of who we are, what we're really doing is allowing ourselves to be lucid dreamers within this very dream, within this incarnation, in this lifetime. We acknowledge that all is the mind, and that as we dream this reality, that it is imperative that we hold our dream magnetically charged, stronger than anybody else's dream around us. And as today we start to step into our responsibility, just acknowledging that the core within you, that is within the womb of all creation, is already holding the dream of the universe right within your genetic coding and your DNA coding. And allow that to wake up inside of you and bring that in through the second initiation of your child. As you get to play within the realms of the imagination and the dreams of what you want to create in this reality, that you can sense and feel yourself beginning to have permission to put your own uniqueness into this creation, your own colors, your own frequencies, your own vibrations, your own dreams. How do you want to play with it? How do you want it to be? And allow your realm of imagination to come forward in this very I am present moment of now. And allow yourself to pull that 24-dimensional shield all the way up around you as an orb and a field around you. Allowing it to anchor and seal your field like a hermetic seal that allows you your sovereignty in your space, commanding in this very I am present moment of now from your own inner voice, that you command that only that which resonates with your higher self has permission to be within your energy field, has permission to enter into your realm, your perception, that only that which is directed for your highest good and by your higher self has permission to have any influence within your field. Anything that is not resonating at the love and conscious light of the universe within divine right order and within alignment of your higher self has no right to your field, has no right to your energy, has no right to infiltrate you or manipulate or implant any ideas in any way, shape, or form, making the declaration now that you are the sovereign being that directs your energy field, your thoughts, your mind, your energy, and every aspect of you. Stepping in a little bit more to the concept of responsibility. And as we hold this, that we can, as a group, affirm our declaration of intention. Our declaration of intention, that we declare from the core of our hearts our intention to serve our source. We align ourselves fully and completely to the heart of the one infinite creator. We dedicate this life to being our true heart song across all the cosmos. We surrender our ego now to be in service to the law of one mission, a first cause light as a pillar of light. In the light of truth, we declare and intend, we are that we are. I am that I am. I am a soul sovereign being, and so it is. Taking a nice deep breath in. And allowing yourself to just expand your form a little bit more. Step into your 8th chakra perspective for a moment. It's the chakra right above the crown of your head. This is where your personality crystal sits. This is where your I am presence or your eye of God perceives and navigates and drives your vehicle in this life. This is who and what we surrender to in order to allow our higher self to truly be the magnetic pull and the navigator of this life. And just for this moment, just stepping into that stillness, that awareness. There's a lot of energy that we moved in the last week. That last week we were really asked to observe and go into probably some of the most intense energy that we've been holding in this lifetime. That it's all of the hurt, the wounds, the traumas that we acquired from our child mind and our child perspective. And we got to be the parents to go back and to go in and to be that new mother energy within us in order to heal that. So just for a moment, take a breath and just acknowledge all of the energy that you moved in the last week. What a process it was to write that list, to let that child let go of that responsibility, to let that child have the permission to be the child, to actually start to step into being the adult so that you could actually move that energy for the child. And then that beautiful process that we go through where we actually acknowledge all of the places in the past where we've actually replicated or duplicated any of those energies that came from our traumas, our wounds, and our hurt. whether we relived it with a family member, a child, a partner, or any scenario in our life, but that we got to take the responsibility for it. And in taking responsibility for it, that we get to also acknowledge and just affirming in this very I am present moment of now, who I was yesterday is not who I am today. Who I was yesterday is not who I am today. And as a group, just bringing our awareness together and from our hearts, allow yourself to just share that love from your heart to every person in the group for acknowledging the process that we all just went through in this last week together. And say hello to every inner child that has been brave enough to come out from wherever it has been hiding this entire lifetime so that it can be the imagination. It can project the passion into every dream. That right now we need the infant in the child in order to step into our next stage of initiation that we're going through today. So bring your child with you that gets to now step into the next stage of initiation. And acknowledging as we speak this out loud that each of us are making the declaration and speaking to our higher self, just one final command of our higher self to our higher self. Just say this in your mind to your higher self. Higher self, I command that all that I have processed in the last week through the inner wounds of my child, I am complete with them now. I command that the innocence, the creativity, the inspiration, and the imagination of my inner child be merged into this next initiation so that every action I take through responsibility is infused with childlike wonder, childlike passion, childlike imagination, and unconditional love. I command this now, and so it is. Taking a deep breath. And just solidifying your 24-dimensional shield around you again, knowing that through your sovereignty and your awareness that anything I speak of this evening, that through your 24-dimensional shield, only that which is appropriate for you will be what you get to receive. That you set the discernment, you set the mindfulness, you are the navigator of your life as you choose these next steps. So knowing that even in an environment like this, that you still have 100% of your sovereignty and your discernment to every word that is saying, so that you know 100% of the time your higher self is what is navigating your choices, your decisions, your passions, your creations in your life. And this is the sovereignty that we are declaring to step into. And as we do this, just allowing yourself to hold that awareness, that you can allow a part of your conscious mind to be present with the slideshow as I just start that now. And that today we get to step into the third initiation. It's the healing of the mother wound within, but now today we are actually going to take the step of starting to untether the roots and the training wheels that we had plugged into the mother. So again, remembering in the first week that the mother actually held for us our grounding, our connection to the earth. She helped us actually manage our chakra system for us, to help balance our systems for us. And as we went through childhood, we began to start to explore our own creativity. And as we step into this week, which is the phase of puberty, the awakening of our powers, the creation and the change that we can actually be in this reality, That what we're starting to do is take the training wheels off. So we're starting to take that surrogate kind of chakra system maintenance that our mother was supposed to hold for us as a child, and we're getting to unplug that with love, with honor, and give it back. And as we give it back, what we're doing is we're actually empowering our roots into the earth. We are empowering our stability, our affirmation, that affirmation we make in the declaration of intention to be a pillar of God's source light, is us anchoring ourselves into the solidity of who we are so that we can be that anchor for others. We become the pillar. So with today's presentation, the underlining theme you're going to hear me say over and over is the word responsibility. That the first 2 weeks, the first 2 initiations were really about letting go of the responsibility, handing the responsibility that we took on that was not appropriate, that did not belong to us, that was not ours, and we got to put it all back where it belonged to so that we could be the clean slate. We allowed ourselves to explore through creativity and imagination. And now as we are coming into a sense of maturity, into a sense of feeling our body systems awakening, our chakra systems awakening, which inherently as our chakra systems awaken and balance, they are actually the frequencies that hold the rays and the frequencies that open up our Kundalini energy. So we know that puberty is simultaneous with the idea of awakening sexuality, awakening the ability to reproduce, awakening the ability to be a creator in this reality. And being a creator goes synonymously with the idea of responsibility, that we are responsible for every creation that we create. So in this moment, I'm going to share a concept with you that now in this moment, making the declaration that you are acknowledging that whether it's a thought, whether it's a feeling, whether it's an emotion, whether it's an action, that if every thought, feeling, and emotion and action that you contribute in this world, that you know that you're going to use mindfulness and discernment on it, because they're always going to be holding either one of 2 paths. Every thought, feeling, or emotion that you're holding or creation that you're creating is either going to be in harmony with universal divine love and law, which is either going to be promoting and being living light, that trinity wave of energy that is sustaining energy and eternal, or it's going to be parasitic energy. So we're stepping into the responsibility and taking 100% responsibility for all of the moments where we have actually been the parasites, where we have been the vampires, and where we may still be promoting that energy in our day-to-day life because we just haven't taken the full responsibility for every little bit of energy that we promote. So to have this concept in mind is that we are realizing that we are frequency, rays, and vibrations. And every single thought we emanate puts out into the universe waves of frequencies and vibrations. We know, and part of the amazing thing is the aura camera, that we know when our emotions are at a certain vibration that we emanate different colors, we emanate at different sizes. We are, again, having a visual representation to the ripples and waves that we put out there. So just for a concept, and this is actually, I don't have a slide for this, but this is from the book Force versus Power, and I apologize, I forget the guy's name. It's a very well-known book out there, but it's about the levels of consciousness, the levels of energy that we emanate on this planet, and that really we want to be emanating energy that only promotes and elevates living life energy. And it starts at courage and works its way up through neutrality, and that really we want to be even emanating from the vibrations of love or above love, which is love and joy and bliss and all of these vibrations that we're creating. So every thought that we're thinking that we know You know, that if we're having a bad day driving down the road and we're cussing at the person driving next to us, or even just getting agitated by it, that we can start to just get really discerning of ourselves and be like, oh my gosh, I do not consent to rippling out parasitic or vampiric waves into this planet. So this is the level to which we get to, that if we are emanating any energies of victimhood, not having absolute 100% gratitude for every single thing that comes into our reality and the responsibility of how we created it, that we are still emanating at some of the lower vibrations. And therefore, every day, just making the declaration, every moment making the declaration, who I was yesterday is not who I am today. I am choosing to be a ray and an example of living light. I am choosing that every breath I take, every thought I think, every imagination that I place into this reality, every energy, every light, and every frequency that I am is actually going to be within the harmony and the divine love of living light. So this is really about us stepping into being mindful of living the law of one. I came across this picture. It's in Russian, so I have no idea what it says, but it is brilliant. It is pretty much what a lot of us see when we do energy work on people, but this is exactly a great depiction of what happens when we are vibrating at lower frequencies. Our auric field around us gets attached or penetrated. It attracts different types of entities or energies into our field. So basically, whether it's spirit attachment, entity attachment, superimpositions, or anything like that, if we are walking through a grocery store and we're in a really bad mood, or we're not being mindful of our energy field and putting on our 24-dimensional shield, we are actually opening ourselves to getting some sort of attachment to us, because we're leaving our field wide open many times within spaces where there's just a lot of energy around. So just noticing that the person on the right, I'm not sure if it's on your right or not, but the person that only has one on their head, you can see that the one person that's riddled with them, that they will actually hop off of a person and onto another person. This happens all the time. How do we make sure our field is resonating at a frequency where this isn't happening? Raise our vibration. They don't like energy that is raised above, say, the 5th dimensional frequency. So when we start to emanate at love, if we start to emanate at pure bliss and joy, gratitude for our day, really taking mindfulness to, did my energy just shift, and making the declaration that this has no right to my energy field. I command it to be gone. I command a transit portal to clear it through. I command my higher self to clear my field and fortify my field. Only that which is in resonance to my higher self and my highest vibration has any permission or access into my energy field. So we again are starting to have total discernment. Start to think of not only our body. If somebody wanted to come up to us and start touching our body, grabbing on us or taking things from us, we would say no. So we know our body is our vehicle. I want to just help us in this moment as we take responsibility. Our aura, our light body is our vehicle. It's no different than our body. It's just a lighter light gamma rays of frequency that our eyeballs don't see as clearly in this low dimension, but it's just as solid, it's just as viable as a vehicle around us. And if anybody else comes into it, it's no different than your car. You don't let people just get into your car while you're driving. No, it's your sovereign right to say no. And that's the energy that we need to start really, really amping up in our field, is that we're not being rude, we're not being mean, we don't need to be angry, we don't need to be defensive, we don't need to be any of these low vibrations, we don't need to feed the parasitic energy, but we do have the sovereign right to say, hey, no, absolutely not. This is my car, this is my vehicle, and you have no sovereign right to get into it. Get out now. So I just wanted to show this because this is a lot of how it is. They actually do have tentacles that actually penetrate deeper and deeper into our auric field that will actually get into the physical structures of our body. and can cause actual physical pain, harm, illness, and all kinds of other mental conditions to us. So just figured this was great to share this for everybody. We have multiple auric fields and bodies around us. As we start to expand our aura, our light body around us, you can see that we mostly are operating within the first harmonic universe, which is our state of identity. Today, as we go through this next initiation, we're actually going to be graduating into the green band. So even though we've done this process before, we are doing this now a little bit different than just a chakra clearing and initiation. This is really us stepping into our soul identity in a whole new way as a sovereign adult, so that we can actually start to tap into the higher bands of frequencies. And if you look at it, in the avatar identity, this is the Christos band wave. Each of these band waves are simultaneous with the higher dimensional frequencies of light. So as you can actually clear the shadow out and raise your vibration in order to activate communication with your higher self that is much clearer, what you're doing is you're allowing your antenna signal to penetrate further out through these bands of frequencies. And that is what is allowing you to actually anchor in a lot of this energy. And so when we start to actually activate our Kundalini energy, which we're going to talk about a little bit, it's moving into the oversoul identity level. It's actually integrating and activating about the 9 frequency bands, so up into like about the 9th dimension. The oversoul identity band is about where physical manifest reality starts to dissipate, and everything beyond that starts to become light body, plasma bodies, at such a high frequency level that we don't actually incarnate into physical form in that level. So our Kundalini, when we activate it appropriately and have it available to rise and lower at will, we are literally able to activate all the way basically up into our Christ avatar personality, our identity within that, and download those frequencies of information. Our Kundalini energy, as you've heard many times, actually burns out karma. It helps to clear out past shadows, karma, trauma, anything that baggage that we've been holding in our body. The reason why it's doing that is because it's elevating to the plasmic level frequencies and our ray bands, which means that anything of lower density, which is shadow, starts to just burn up. It burns it out of our system. It really requires us to be doing a lot of this work that we're doing, because we make it more gentle. We make it easy to rise and fall so that we can use it at will. Because I know each of you have heard stories about people activating their Kundalini that have felt like almost sensations of psychosis or actual physical pain, or felt like something was wrong, or actually like burned out some systems in their body. Again, it's as if you're amping the charge in your body, and if you don't do it in stages to where your body can house the energy, build yourself up with strength, like a weight trainer, it can actually short out some systems in your body. So this is just again, that we're all of these ray bands already. It's just our consciousness level gets stuck in some of these lower dimensions, so we feel as though we don't have access to a lot of the other ones while we're in incarnate form. Our job again is to start to retach them, but at the same time, we want to make sure that we have access, even when we leave the form, to pulling all of our information through us, that we can pull all the way through the frequency bands with all of our memories, our consciousness, and our identity of who we are. We don't want to lose that. So today, as we step into this next initiation, we're really kind of doing this in harmony with our third chakra. Our third chakra, and this Merkaba image that's on here is a really great example. So if you see the triangle or the pyramid that is facing down towards the feet, that is an example or the visual of our lower base chakras. It has the maternal or the female or the magnetic energy to it. And that needs to be functioning fully and completely at high vibratory light frequencies in order to really activate the upper triad so that they harmonize together, because they're both spinning. And when we can align the spin so that each one is resonating at the right speed, this is what starts to create our Merkaba vehicle, our body and soul vehicle that can actually create a light body field for us. And that is why when you take pictures and you see the orbs in the field, or people see the lights or different things like that, a lot of times that's actually higher dimensional beings who are traveling within Merkaba bodies. So it's just a different form of light travel that we can do and that we can activate in order to move through the different dimensional fields. It protects our body. Our third chakra. So now we're going to start stepping into more of our self-expression, more of who we are. Our third chakra within this system is really about our luminous power center that helps us manifest our dreams in this world. That we get the infant that is holding the dream of the universe within it. And as that dream is housed into the child gets to be able to project that dream outward with creativity and imagination. And now we are going to step in with a sense of responsibility of making sure that everything we imagine into this reality actually is in alignment with the whole. So this is where we start to not only have a sense of self, a sense of autonomy, of our individuality, our sovereignty of who we are, but this is also where we start to step into living a life of service to others. Selfless service. Understanding that we are individuals and we have the right to our self-expression, but as a self-expression that we are also a part of the unity field of the whole. That we start to see that every action we do, every thought we have, actually ripples out and affects others. And so we start to get into this reality of really starting to manage our thoughts, our emotions, and who we are when it is in balance. This is our energy center. This has to do with our liver. It also has to do with our pancreas and how sugar is processed in the body, how ATP gets into the cells in our body and creates energy storage. So this is also how we manage this vehicle and actually fuel and feed the energy into creation in this life. It's about fulfillment of our dreams. It creates fearlessness within us because when it is in balance, these are all when it is in balance. When we are in a place of balance within the chakra, we are so sure of ourselves and who we are and what we are in service to, that we have a fearlessness of moving forward with it. We have a resolve towards what we put our heart and mind to. We have a focus towards making it happen, and obstacles just disappear. When our third chakra is out of balance, it can create GI tract or disorders, so abdominal issues, eating disorders. It can create senses of sorrow. When it is out of balance, sometimes it creates an inflated ego in order to protect oneself. It can create low energy if it doesn't have the ability to process the energy coming through. Victim mentality, temper tantrum, shame, self-doubt. Don't trust the clarity of your own thinking. Can feel scattered, like your dreams don't get accomplished, or like you start things but you can't finish them. It can create kind of a neurotic energy of being scattered and all over the place. It can create an out of balance sex drive in energy because it's trying to pull energy and it's trying to connect with others, and it's like revved up on overcharge, so rampant libido. It can create an energy of not knowing how to live our own dreams, so we actually start to live the dreams of the collective. So this again comes from a sense of not knowing oneself to such an extent that one doesn't even have the ability to go for their dreams because they are just uncertain of who they are, so therefore they follow the dreams of others. Within the third chakra, here's the thing. If the second chakra hasn't been fully cleared, healed, all of that stuff we did in the last week, if that did not get completed and it is still holding anything in there, then it holds discordant energy of the fight or flight system. So again, remembering the second chakra has the autonomic nervous system. It's like on automatic. It's like the animal that is on high alert all the time. And so it's that limbic system that's out of control, that's not certain of the world. Fight or flight is still turned on in some way, shape, or form. If that is happening, then the third chakra will always get pulled towards the lower. So if the first and second chakra have not been fully balanced, aligned, healed, alleviated, all of the responsibility pulled out of them so that they have the permission to be divine creative energy, then guess what? The third chakra will never be able to do what it's meant to do, which is be in service to the heart. The third chakra, even though it has all of these amazing qualities to it of autonomy and self-expression and individuality and all of these things, if the lower vibrational frequencies of the first and second chakra are still holding discord, it has no ability to truly connect to the heart chakra, which is meant to be the magnetic pole for it. It's meant to actually be pulling and directing the third chakra. So now think of it. This is why it's so important, that bottom triangle on there, because the third chakra is like the base. You can see it right there at the solar plexus. It's the base of that pyramid, and that foundation has to have all of the other chakras in alignment with it so that it has its spin, or else it can't fully activate all the way up into the third or into the upper triad. So I just want to give that visual one more time. When our third chakra is working in harmony, now guess what? All of the things that we talk about in this page are actually, all of the stuff that's in balance is actually in balance because the heart is directing it. So we're coming back to remembering within that infant stage, that delta stage, and knowing our full connection with the universe. Remember, as an infant, we came here with one gift, and that was the gift of love. We came here with the seed and the entire emanation of love coming from within us. So that is at the tip right there, and it starts to move all the way up into the upper triad. It is meant to be at the core of every single chakra, but specifically the first, specifically the fourth, and then as we move up through it, everything else starts to move into unity consciousness. So this is just to give you a little bit of kind of some ascension mechanics as to how our Kundalini works, because now guess what? We're starting to realize that every single thing we're doing actually has an effect on this planet. Responsibility. So our Kundalini holds our different layers of our frequencies of our higher dimensions. So this is just kind of sum up a little bit of what I said earlier. That in our ascension model, we recognize and work with 15 waves of the spectrum of frequency. So the 15-dimensional time matrix that we live in. So they correlate directly to the universal rays of dimension and time, and also how our individual energy centers, which is our chakras, are connected to our dimensions and time. So we know that every single chakra within our body is actually correlating with a different dimensional level within the universe. The first 9 layers of the spectrum of frequency can also be called the Kundalini Currents, which include the levels of the lower particle currents that make up physical matter worlds. So we're talking all the way up into the 9th dimension. 9th dimensional beings are beyond the angelic realm of beings. They're very high galactic council type beings that we would seek counsel with, that we would actually work together with in order to transcend many of the lower dimensional frequency things. So just kind of knowing that you have this all housed within you, right within your Kundalini rays. So as above, above the 9 dimensions, it's antiparticle dimension. So basically it's liquid plasma light, hydroplasmic current. So we're really looking at galactic, really star systems. We're looking at light that is emanating from the galactic core, those kind of emissaries and light beings that are that massive. So the amount of energy stored in the personal Kundalini current is the capacity of the genetic codes to hold together consciousness energy. We've talked a lot about how the more and more we clear the shadows, the more we can actually house higher vibrational energies, which allows our aura or a plasma light body to expand around us. When we can expand our plasma field, negentropic energy around us, we are actually expanding our ability to hold consciousness within this density. So now we know it is the capacity, our Kundalini current is the capacity of our genetic codes to hold higher consciousness energy. So the soul and spiritual energies that cannot integrate into the DNA to be activated will be stored in the Kundalini center that is located at the base of the spine. So we always have it available inside of us. It's always there. It's always ready to be activated at some time. But we usually have to get a lot of crap out of the way in order for it to actually be of use for us. And now this is giving you a whole other perspective of Kundalini, because most of the times when we hear Kundalini, it has a lot of sexual energy or sexual kind of connotation to it as far as moving it up the channels and that kind of energy to it. But it is really about integrating and embodying your higher rays and frequencies within your body that are completely merging Hieros Gamos within you. So Hieros Gamos, again, is the divine union of the masculine and feminine. So you become the triadic wave within your body that is holding pure consciousness, God's source within you, that has the ability to merge through the higher dimensional planes of this reality so that you can be the emissary of light, the pillar of first cause light, right here in this density on this planet. And your Kundalini helps you hold those frequencies and those codes from every emanation that you've had in every avatar body through your ninth dimensions. A whole storage house of your memories and your galactic memories, your seed records, and all of your information right at the tip of your tailbone. So as we start to kind of understand this information a little bit better, we can see that our third chakra really steps us into being a warrior of strength. So I really liked this quote on here. Change it to a masculine term as well, but it's about being a warrior of strength. Is measured by the size of the heart. That when we really emanate our strength from the heart, every beautiful quality can come through us. That we truly, truly, truly do step in to the entire rays and vibrations. Let's see what else I have with there. Of responsibility, of the truth of who we are. It all starts with mindfulness. It starts with discernment. It starts with us truly being in a place where we are not allowing ourselves to operate from any of the perspectives of any of the programming that we've ever inherited in this lifetime, that we are truly choosing to step outside of all of that, flush all of that away. Higher self, pull it from me now. I do not consent to any of this any longer. That in this very I am present moment of now, choosing fully and completely to be in a state of truth, in a state of I am presence identity. So within this, just allowing yourself now to come back into your 24-dimensional shield and taking some nice deep breaths in. And this time, with a new higher state of awareness, allow yourself to do the breathing, the sipping in from your tailbone. Breathe the breath all the way up and press it into your pineal gland. And hold it there, expanding your form. And keep doing that breath. Allow every breath you take to activate the heat and the charge within your permanent seed atoms, within your tailbone, as it activates the Kundalini awakening within you at the most appropriate level. As you breathe the breath all the way up your channels, it presses into the piezoelectrical crystals of your pineal gland that activates your third eye, activates your inner awareness, and it activates your telepathic and your teleportation capabilities to travel to any place within all of this 15-dimensional time matrix. Please continue to keep breathing. As we start to do from our own internal source of guidance and direction, the clearings of what we are willing to step into within this initiation now. Allowing these words to either say them out loud in the safe place where you are, or imagine them as your words within your own mind. That in this very I am present moment of now, that we are hereby proclaiming from our very I am presence and from the heat and the seat of our truth and our awareness of who we are, that we are ready to stand before the fire. We are ready and willing to stand before the truth. We are ready and willing to stand up into the flames of responsibility. That in this very moment, we acknowledge our infinite capacity to be the warriors of light in whatever dimensional spectrum that we incarnate into. And in this moment, we are choosing to awaken into our memories of our full capacity of our divinity, of who we are. In this very I am present moment of now, to our higher self. Higher self, we command that all energy from the first chakra and the second chakra be fully, completely calibrated and aligned, fully and completely to the purpose of our higher self. Now, we command for full calibration and alignment of all of our energy centers within our first chakra and our first dimensional auric layer of our body, holding all of the records and codes of the instinctual layers of the first dimension now. We are commanding that all energy within this frequency band be fully and completely re-assimilated and aligned back into the service of divine God source light within the law of one order. We command this now, and so it is. Taking a deep breath. To our higher self, it is commanded that all the energy within the second chakra energy wave band, in the second layer of our energy and auric field, we are commanding in this very I am present moment of now. Higher self, it is commanded any energy that is not of God's source light or in service or in alignment to our higher self, our higher mission, our higher purpose, or within alignment of being a pillar of first cause light. We are commanding that all of it be pulled, deleted, dissolved, and returned to wherever it originated or wherever it is appropriate within divine right order. We are commanding that the second chakra be fully and completely calibrated, aligned, and in service to the law of one mission and within alignment to our higher self as we fully and align to our galactic core now. We command this now, and so it is. Taking a deep breath. And now in this very I am present moment of now, we are being guided and directed to go into your heart chakra, go into your heart center. And let the emanation from the plasma field of Earth Mother, the womb of Earth Mother, be the gateway to universal unconditional love. So just let that womb of full universal unconditional love be in your heart center now. like a liquid plasma filled beautiful ball of light. Unconditional love for all creation. And you are being asked in this moment to have your higher self pull that love into your first chakra, merge it into your first chakra and align it into your first chakra so that your first chakra and your heart center, your fourth chakra, are emanating in the same heartbeat. In this very I am present moment of now, we are commanding that our first chakra be in service to our heart. That our first chakra is now dedicated fully and completely to unconditional love, to universal love, to unity, and to the law of one. Commanding now that every instinctual program within our tail, within our first chakra, is now fully the instincts of love, the instincts of infinite compassion, the instincts of universal unconditional love. That these are the instincts of the Divine Mother, the Cosmic Mother. Allowing within your tailbone all of your awareness. From your heart, these words that you can speak from your own mind, your own heart. To my mother, Mother, thank you. Thank you for being my womb of entry into this world. Thank you for all that I have learned from you. Thank you for every energetic aspect that I got to experience from our co-creation together in this reality. All the words that were ever written on the page are being brought to acknowledgement now. And with divine universal love, Mother, you are free. You are free as the mother. You are free. That in this very I am present moment of now, acknowledging that all of the cords, all of the tethers, all of the support that was ever needed to manage the first chakra, to manage having a place in this world, to manage being connected to the earth, is no longer required. Higher self, it is commanded that all grounding, tethering, or connection to earth, or any of the programs of earth, or any of the beliefs of earth, or any way of navigating through this earth that was ever connected through the mother, the vehicle of the mother, is hereby now complete. It is commanded that all strands, all tethers, all ties, all entanglement that have been connected to mother through the root chakra or through the tailbone is now complete. Pull it from me now. It is complete, it is complete, it is complete. And so it is. Making the declaration as we begin to make our way into fully and completely standing into our third chakra as a divine warrior of light that we are commanding to the universe, to Mother, to all of our ancestors, and to all of our soul family. We are not a child any longer. In this very I am present moment of now, we are making the declaration to stand on our own 2 feet, to stand on our own 2 grounding, and to stand connected through our own chakra connections to all divine centers. That we are making the proclamation from the love in our hearts that we are complete with our childhood and we are willing to step into adult maturity through the initiation stages of our puberty. That we are awakening into our individual identity and we are hereby now untethering from the mother energy in our tailbone and in our first root chakra and setting it free. We are hereby commanding to all, we are complete, pull it from us now, and so it is, and so it is, and so it is, and so it is. Take a deep breath. Anchor fully and completely now unconditional love into your root chakra. Your root chakra now is fully grounded into unconditional love. Taking a deep breath, bring yourself into your second chakra. And as you come into your second chakra, just acknowledging this childhood playground, this childhood bedroom, this childhood room, this childhood center, the child, the innocence of the child. And now allow your heart chakra, the plasma field of infinite, unconditional love, to begin to just pour like a fountain of love right into that second chakra, that womb. And all of those centers. And as it pours, it moves out into the second layer of your auric field, where you have ever created any emotional connections with another person. And allow that love to continue to flow as we make our declaration to our higher self. Higher self, it is commanded that our second chakra is now in service to our heart and to unconditional love. Commanding in this very I am present moment of now that any places where there was ever hurt, trauma, pain, suffering, anything that we chose to write on that piece of paper, that we were willing to completely dissolve, to burn and let go of. That we are here in this I am present moment of now, fully and completely dissolving it and clearing it now with the plasma field light of infinite radiance of unconditional love. That we are hereby now fully and completely aligning all of our earth-based connections to unconditional heart-based connections. That every choice we make, every connection we make, every emotional expression, frequency band, or creation that we dream into this reality, every passion that we inspire is now fully filled, motivated, and moved by infinite unconditional love. Allow that radiance of love now to fully align. Let the heartbeat of your second chakra, your womb, your passions, your creativity, and your imagination align itself to the rhythm and the heartbeat of unconditional love in your heart, that plasma field. And just take some deep breaths and proclaiming, my heart and my creativity are one. My second chakra and my fourth chakra are one. I am fully aligned now with universal love in divine right order. Higher self, it is commanded that anything within the second chakra that is not in alignment with universal love, pull it now. Just proclaiming, I am complete with it now. Who I was yesterday is not who I am today. To all the universe, we proclaim, who I was yesterday is not who I am today, is not who I am in this very now. I am present moment of now. I am proclaiming the past is the past. I make the declaration to be in the now moment forever and completely, that every decision I make, every creative seed that is ever planted into my third chakra, it is proclaimed now that it is embedded with the seed of love and within the now, within the now, within the now. I choose to be in the now, fully and completely anchored into universal, unconditional love. This is commanded fully and completely. Higher self, align all of this now with all of our other light body systems. We command this now, and so it is. And making the declaration and proclamation now from your heart and from your second chakra in unison. Mother, I see you. All that I have held for you has now lovingly been returned. I stand in my sovereignty. I stand in my truth. I stand as a unified field of love and light in this realm so that I may express fully and completely from my heart center that which I came here to be. Mother, all that I have relied on you for and been in support of you for, I am hereby now taking all of the energetic strands and tethers, all of the needs for guidance, all of the need for any sort of moral compass, direction, or support. That in this very I am present moment of now, I am proclaiming, I stand into my sovereignty. I stand into my next stage of initiation of my individual identity of who I am in service to the law of one mission. I command in this very moment that all tethers, all support, all surrogate ties, all entanglement with mother is hereby now completely deleted and revoked. All contracts with needing to tether into mother or having mother tether into us is hereby now fully and completely dissipated, dissolved, and revoked. Breaking all contracts now with needing any energy outside of self. Mother, you are free, you are free, you are free. Mother, I am free, I am free, I am free. Allowing from your tip of your tailbone, imagining the permanent seed atom and the donated seed cell from your mother, and just acknowledging I am complete, higher self, all places where I have been tethered to, been holding earthbound strands of, or any connection to the maternal mother donated seed cells or any mother figure on this planet, on this earth-based planet. Commanding now higher self, and tell your higher self, I am complete. Pull all of it from me now. I am commanding to embed all of my grounding and my connections to my higher self and my higher stations of identity. I am proclaiming that I am willing to take this next step in my initiation through the phase of puberty into my galactic seed star heritage. I am unbinding myself now from all earth-bound tethers and stepping in to my star DNA. Activated now. I command this now, and so it is. Take a deep breath. Anchor, lock, and seal the first chakra and second chakra into service to the heart and in service to the higher self. This is commanded now of the higher self. Make this happen now, and so it is. And now allowing yourself from this foundation to step into your third chakra. In our third chakra, we are going to acknowledge and anchor the divine principles of the law of one. To all of our ancestors before us, to all of our soul family, to all of our oversoul family, to all of our avatar family, and to all of the Rishi God selves, we are hereby proclaiming our willingness to step through the fire into this step of initiation, into awakening our sacred creation body, as we awaken through the puberty stages that allow us the transfiguration into adulthood, spiritual adulthood of our full galactic presence, that we are proclaiming from the heart and the light of our infinite awareness that we are choosing to be a vessel, a divine light now. We are commanding that every action that we make on this planet, every thought that we think, every creation that we create, every feeling that we feel, and every emotion that moves through us, that we will be a level of discernment that is unlike any other, that we will be so mindful that anything and everything that passes through us, by the time it leaves us, that we are making the declaration that it will be restored and transmuted into living light. We are making the declaration now that we do not choose the activities of parasitic or vampiric actions, emotions, thoughts, or frequencies to leave our physical form or our aura field in this dimensional incarnation any longer. We are proclaiming our responsibility. We are willing to take this next step into the fire of this initiation in order to say, I declare from the core of my heart, I am willing to stand in courage, to be my truth, to be my sacred self identity within this realm that is in alignment to my higher self. I am willing to step into the fire, to be a level of courage unlike any other in order to be my true responsibility, mindful and responsible for every single thought, feeling, and emotion and creation that I ever create within this reality. I make the declaration that I am willing to take full responsibility for every single emanation that moves through me. I am making this declaration before all of my ancestors, before all of my soul family, before all creation. To all within this universe, I am proclaiming, I am willing to take the next steps of initiation so that I may be able to next step into adulthood as a fully responsible and awakened cosmic citizen. I proclaim, I am willing to be responsible. I command this now, and so it is. Take a deep breath. That in this responsibility that I acknowledge the 12 attitudes of mastery, the attitudes of love, grace, gratitude, reverence, responsibility, trust, accountability, impeccability, mindfulness, fearlessness, engaged detachment, joy. I acknowledge that these are the foundations in alignment to my higher self that emanate through my heart, that I will walk as a warrior of courage, of love, and light, that every ounce of power and strength and creativity that ever leaves my body, my mind, or my frequencies is always encased and flowing with unconditional love and compassion. I make the declaration that my strength comes from love. I command this now, and so it is. Taking another deep breath. That in this very I am present moment of now proclaiming that from the third chakra, the 7 practices of sovereignty, of unity consciousness, of loving myself of loving others, of loving earth and nature, of being in service to others, of being conscious expansion, and of being a responsible co-creator. I acknowledge now, in this very I am present moment of now, unity consciousness. That the law of one is a foundational understanding that every thought, feeling, emotion, or expression that ever resonates through me, that my heart song, acknowledging your heart song now, that every emanation from your heart song affects and entangles and has a connection with all other creation. Feel the power in your third chakra and allow it now as you feel that plasma heartbeat within your fourth chakra, allowing your heart now to merge with your third chakra. Allow it to unify the heartbeat. And I want you to feel that heartbeat come into one. Your heart and your third chakra as one. Let your heart direct the beat. And let that beautiful unconditional plasma flow just circulate and fill up the third chakra and fill up the third layer of your auric field. And let that be in your conscious awareness as your field of boundaries. Higher self, it is commanded, fortify now the third layer of the auric body, reprogramming all boundaries to be in service to the law of one mission and within alignment to the higher self now. It is commanded now, and so it is. Fortify boundaries now in alignment to unconditional love and God's source light, and so it is. Take a deep breath. And now allow in this last moment that your heartbeat becomes aware of the entire lower triad of your Merkaba vehicle. So the first, second, and third chakras, the lower triangle. And unify that heartbeat now with all four of those chakras so they are heart beating as one. And as that happens, this is our final untethering from the mother. Mother, all places where courage, power, a sense of identity, or permission to be in this reality was ever derived from you. All places where the third chakra's stability center was run through you, through energetic cords or tethers, or through any chakra bindings. In this very I am present moment of now, proclaiming from the heart of our truth that we have taken the step into the initiation. We are now equals. We are now sovereign. We are now free. Higher self, it is commanded that all cords, all entanglements, and all tethers that have ever been connected to mother or any mother figure on this planet is hereby now deleted, and all contracts deleted and revoked. We are complete now, commanding to your higher self. Higher self, I am complete now. I am unbinding, dissolving, and revoking all contracts, all entanglements, and all bindings or any places where there has been courting with mother in this planet. Mother, to infinity, you are complete and you are free. You have no right to my space. You have no right to my energy. You have no right to my field. You have no right to any layer of my auric body. You have no right to direct or move or inspire any aspect of my light body, my I am presence, or who I am, or what I create in this reality. I am now fully and completely in service to my higher self as a soul sovereign being. I now stand here as an equal. I now stand here through the initiation into my puberty as I begin to merge into my adulthood. I now stand on my own 2 feet. I now stand in my own grounding. I now stand in my own sovereign roots and connection to all creation. Thank you. Thank you for all that you have been and all that you have done on every level. To all of my ancestors, bear witness now. This contract is complete. It is commanded that all be returned across all time, dimension, space, and reality to wherever it originated. I am soul and I am sovereign, and I do not consent to being the resolution vehicle for anyone else's karma or debt in this lifetime ever again. I choose the path of Dharma now. Karma is complete. I command this now across all the cosmos. My voice, my heart song speaks to you now. Hear me now speaking from my God presence. I am complete. And so it is. It is commanded that all Akashic records please bear witness to all of the changes that have taken place in this very initiation, in this very moment. It is commanded that all records be updated with this new information. The past is the past. The present is all that exists. I exist now fully and completely in the now moment. I make this proclamation. I command this now across all time, dimension, space, and reality. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. Take a deep breath. And allow yourself to step through the threshold of that fire. Feel yourself. Feel your strength. Feel your humbleness. Feel the joy of being a warrior of light in service to all. Feel yourself taking your place in initiation amongst all the other warriors now. You are not a child any longer. Just saying one more time to yourself, I acknowledge my responsibility. I hold the weight of the responsibility with pride and joy and honor. I am that I am. I am a soul sovereign being, and so it is. Taking a deep breath. Let the energy flow from your tailbone all the way up all of your chakra systems and back down. Let it be a stream and a river of light that flows through you and purifies you into your new body, your new initiation. To all that have beared witness and been present within this initiation, with honor we say thank you, thank you, thank you for holding the sacred space. This is a celebration, and we are overjoyed to be in this next phase of our growth. In this very I am present moment of now, we say thank you to all that have bared witness to all of this as we stand forth in our responsibility, as we step forward towards adulthood and our next initiation. We are hereby proclaiming with so much love in our heart, thank you, thank you, thank you. As we bring this sacred initiation to a close, we say thank you from our heart, and so it is.